5 of A Troubled Shed. My name is Johnny Cochrane. I am a comedian who is quite altruistic by all accounts. And I'm out here trying to help solve your troubles, but I'm not alone. I'm joined by someone who is untroubled in the face of massive provocation. It's Twayna Mayne. How you doing?
I'm all right, Johnny. How are you? Yeah.
In the last episode, you said that was the best intro. What would you rate that one, saying you're untroubled in the face of massive provocation? Would that be?
It's less good than the last one,
Yeah.
but you know, like last time, you freewheeled it, so that's what we need to expect with this. You're going off piste, off script, so sometimes they're going to be great, sometimes they're going to be not so great.
Yeah. So these words are all, if I was to try and decipher them, not so great and not as good. That's shit, isn't it? That just
it was crap, Johnny. It was shit. It was a 2 out of 10 at best.
2 out of 10, okay.
Yeah.
Above 1. That was
above 1.
Oh, slow down. I'm on my way up. You know what I mean? So pleased with that. Thank you to anyone who's listening to this. Maybe you're listening to the first time. As I say, we are in the business of healing troubles, healing the world. One of your troubles at a time. And Twayna, it's time to start with one of mine, all right? I actually did a little TikTok about this. Took up a little bit, went off a little bit on a couple of my socials, but I want to tell you about, I want to get your vibe. The other week at my son's school, there was like, a suspicious character hanging around the school gates. Let's just put it that way. And genuinely, there was some issues there. So it wasn't erroneous. So the parents were all in a bit of a chitter-chatter, a bit of a, dazzle about it. And in the mums group, because there's a mums WhatsApp group, right? One of the mums wrote into the group, you know what, guys, I need to be especially careful about this because my children are blonde-haired and blue-eyed. So, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, you've got one of the precious ones, have you? Bless you. There are genuinely people out there who feel like they need to take more concern over suspicious characters because they have Aryans for children. It's still going on. And on my TikToks, I've had people replying in shock, like, I can't believe people actually say this stuff. Twayna, I can confirm it's a real thing. It's happened. But yeah, trouble is there's someone hanging around the school gates, and the fact that there are parents that think that Aryan children.
What was the replies to this in the WhatsApp group? Do you know?
I think it was largely silent. I wasn't in it
because it's not the mums group. Yeah.
But I think there was a lot of shock, but no one actually said enough. I certainly would have.
Oi, Nazi, get out of this group.
Exactly.
Get your own WhatsApp Nazi mum group, because this ain't it.
Yeah. But yeah, they should have said that, and they didn't. Yeah. That went missing.
This is how fascism gets allowed to flourish when people don't call it out. Just saying.
Well, one of the things I said, this is part of the, the Madeleine McCann factor. They all think that because those children are the ones that get massively reported on when they go missing. Yeah. They think that they're the only ones getting snatched. There's loads of black and brown kids going missing, but just no one seems to care in mainstream media. So, but either way, that's my trouble. Any recommendations for what I should do to the suspicious character at the school gates?
Was this person a real person?
Yeah, they're real.
There was. I don't know, Johnny. It's a bit scary, isn't it? I don't really want to go down that.
No.
Just look after your kids. Just everyone, stranger danger. Be aware of strangers because they're dangerous. Don't go off with a stranger. And also don't talk to Nazis. Fuck Nazis. Fuck them. Fuck them, guys. Sorry. Yeah.
Thank you. Are you available for school visits to do that kind of stuff?
I am, actually. I can do, if I'm not recording this, I'll come in and talk to the kids about how to handle nefarious characters and Nazis.
Stranger danger, fuck Nazis, yeah.
Punch
me. Cut the swear words.
Yeah, okay. F Nazis. Punch me in the face. I'll just be like, yeah, I can do that.
A couple of the kids are crying, Twayna. They're crying. Love that.
Oh,
shall we jump into healing some troubles?
Let's do it, Johnny.
Here we go. Right, first one. Every year, I make a whole massive list of New Year's resolutions that goes something like this. Get fit, lose weight, be more sociable, find a girlfriend, be more cheerful, watch less TV, and spend less time worrying about being unhappy. And every single I fail. I will start off right. I'll buy new trainers and force myself out for a jog on 1st of January. But by the time I've sweated and panted around a couple of kilometres, I feel absolutely terrible. So I give up and trudge home, feeling worse about myself than before. And when I get home, I eat sweet things to cheer myself up for failing so miserably to stick to the exercise, then beat myself up for eating crap. If you do that physically, you're probably doing some exercise.
It's good cardio.
Honestly, it feels like a self-perpetuating cycle, and I need it to work this year, or nothing will ever change, and I might as well give up before I've ever begun. Twayna, what are you making of this one?
Oh dear, what a sorry state this is. Come on, pick yourself up and go for a walk around the block. New Year's resolutions are a bit of they're a bit of a nonsense. Don't make them, because you'll only feel terrible, because most people invariably, if not in the first week or two, by the end of the month have broken them. So don't do it. Like, what's to say that you can't do all of this stuff on the 1st of Feb or on the 17th of March? Just go out, small steps. Don't, literally small steps. A little bit every day. We'll get there. A little bit more exercise
like
every day.
Captain Tom.
Yeah, and just a couple of laps up and down the garden, and then just keep going. Just keep, a bit more and a bit more and a bit more steps and a bit less food. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like this person's got a lot going on, and I feel bunging that all into like the New Year's resolution as a solution is not the solution that they're looking for.
Yeah, I do agree. And there are some solutions there that you're obviously missing. All you got to do to find yourself a girlfriend is get one who is into trainer collections, and you can just show her your past year's trainer collections that you all bought to get fit and whatever that you've wasted, but you still got the trainers. The trainers remain. The self-esteem might go, but the trainers remain. So show off that trainer collection. And yeah, maybe Twayna's right. Just start. Kilometers are too much. Okay. Sorry, let me put my legit fitness hat on a second. The bit where you've done a couple of kilometers and it hurts? Yeah, that kind of happens.
Yeah.
When you haven't done anything for a long time, you actually have to go through the pain. And guess what? It's going to get easier the next time.
Yeah.
If you never do a second one,
yeah.
If you never do a second one, it won't ever hurt. And then you're just going to, whenever you do it, it's always going to hurt. That's the nature of exercise and fitness. But if you do want to build it up more slowly, because there's a genuine point that what you were saying as well, maybe start with, basic levels of exercise. And even if it is walks, and then you might be able to build up to, jogging or longer distances, couch to 5K and all of that shenanigans. Then having fitness as a goal is something that you could have, but you can't do it if you're expecting to go up like a firework and suddenly you're going to be, some men's health guru, if it is a guy, after one session. No, it's not. All you're going to have is the trainers.
But I also like that they go out for a jog on the 1st of January. Like, I see people going out for runs on the 1st of January, and they're usually people that I've seen going out for runs every other day of the year. The 1st of January is like, you're probably hungover. Do you know what I mean? It's like, no, mate, no. You're doing it all wrong. Like Johnny said, little bits every day, slowly but surely you'll get there. But don't heap it all on the 1st of Jan to be the solution. You're not gonna look super fit and healthy, or how you imagine that you want to look after one run. It takes a bit of time, and yeah, your heart rate goes up. You're probably feeling like, what is going on? I can't breathe. It's called being out of breath. It's fine. It's part of it. It's like, my heart's racing. Yeah, it's called This is what happens when you exercise. Your body's reacting to what you're doing. You're sweating. Your heart rate's gone up. Your breath is laboured. It's because you've exerted yourself. That's what it is.
Yeah, all of these things that might suggest you are dying, they are natural bodily reactions to basic
exercise.
Levels of exertion, but they'll stop you being out of breath when you walk up the stairs. Do you know what I mean? After a while, so don't. But it seems to me like your biggest issue seems to be to do with New Year's resolutions rather than, what this person might have as an ideal. It's hinging it on that. I mean, I just did a dry January, Twayna. But I just think you can do some of those New Year's resolutions as long as you have caveats to it, which make it more manageable. For instance, I do a dry January, but I
still drink. I'm waiting for that.
I drink every day. Yeah. And I never cream moisturize myself.
Yeah, that dry.
Extremely dry.
Ashy feet.
My ashy knees get celebrated this month. No, I always get through 28 days. And then after 28 days, that is a month, obviously February. So I've done a month. So now I'm 29th, 30th and 31st. That's just anybody. And everyone's always had a go at me for that. It's not, I'm like, it's a month. Next month, 28 days. I've done 28 days. I'm on day 29. So don't come to me about BS, okay? If I want to go on, if it's coming to me on day 30, you best have come correct. Because day 30, how many months have 30 days? Just shut up, you know what I mean? So, listen, if it's your New Year's resolution, don't maybe think about it for such a longer period. Just set yourself a target of walking to the shops in a week. You know what I mean? Something realistic. Get that feel good, and then try and keep those small marginal gains going. That's what I would say. So there we go. One sorted. Twayna, you ready for the next trouble? Here we go.
I am 66 years old and I've never been married. I have had a bunch of girlfriends, lovers, etc. But when it came to marriage, I never found the one who fit the bill. I'm not very demanding. I just want someone who is honest and clean. Someone who is not a whore, who can hold up her face. I am not very demanding. I just want someone who is honest and clean, someone who is not a whore, who can hold up her face in public. I am not rich, but I live a very comfortable life. My family and I own a large farm. My family consists of my 89-year-old mother, my sister, and my brother. It is I who developed that farm, and I would love to go and live there with the right woman.
Wow. This is a great trouble. I think we have a very good idea of what this man is about. I mean, some of the leaps that these sentences were, the width of the Grand Canyon these leaps were coming in at. I just want someone who is honest and clean. Someone who is not a whore.
Not a whore.
I mean, and I presume the honest and clean is to do with someone not being a whore rather than someone who tidies up after themselves. I don't know. And even then, this is all, bundled up as being, I'm not very demanding. And who can hold up her face in public? What kind of terminology is that? Do you know what I mean? Hasn't got any wanted posters out for her. Like, what has a bit of dignity? I don't know, but when someone says they're not very demanding and then does really sweeping, quite aggressive statements like this, it sounds like, mate, you might well be demanding. I mean, are you the one who judges what a whore is? Because you're out there saying you've had a bunch of girlfriends, lovers, etc. What's the etc.?
Who's etc.? Is that whores?
Exactly, you whores. You've been whoring, have you, mate? Eh? Couldn't marry him. She can't lift her face up in public.
She's a whore.
Oh, yeah, not her. She's honest, but she ain't clean. Yeah. And obviously your 89-year-old mother, she won't be a whore. No way. But no, I think this is a good example of someone who has ideals of femininity and masculinity which are very much outdated. The idea that a lady has to fit a prescribed role to have maybe not enough sexual partners to cross some invisible line, making a said whore. And her prize is some 66-year-old spinster who owns a farm, who's going to go and live with her family and his aged mother. I mean, like, get it together, mate. And there's a bunch of guys who need to get out of the doldrums and the dark ages with regards to their views of what, you know, relationships, marriages are ever like. So I would say to this man, get a grip. Stop being so judgmental of other people, because I'm sure they could write out your obituary when it comes to your attributes, and it would look pretty scathing. And maybe be a little bit more open-minded when it comes to potential suitors. And you might, only might, at 66, find someone who might give you a spin. Otherwise, just buckle in, because it's a life of loneliness. And you don't sound like you're the most friendly and outwardly person out there. So that's my 2 penneth, Twayna. What do you reckon?
I think this guy thinks he's a catch. And
oh, yeah.
I think he's like, I've got a farm, you know, come and live with me on this farm. I mean, I don't want to mock that, because people do live rural lives. People live on farms. I'm a city person myself, so that wouldn't be for me. But anyway, if you want someone to come and live with you on this farm, then your personality needs to shine, and it's not shining. This man's got like the worst personality ever. Even in these sentences here, I'm just like, you are not the catch you think you are. Yeah, we all want to go out with somebody honest and clean, but sometimes people are not honest and they're not clean, but they're great. Do you know what I mean? But being honest and being dishonest and unclean doesn't make somebody a whore. But I do think that you have a penchant for whores. And this is more about him. And it's just like, I just want somebody, but I can't stop with the whores. So therefore, I have to shame them and say that they're unclean and they're dishonest. It's like, maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But I think you, sir, are dishonest. Because you've had girlfriends, lovers, and etc., which me and Johnny have worked out are whores.
Agreed. Twayna, also, I like you. I'm a bit of a city boy. Now I've got a family, a bit older. I'm more burbs. You know, let's get realistic. I'm burbs these days. Never been a farm boy, that's for sure. But one of the things with farms is it always seems a bit boring to me. And do you know what? One of the only ways to spice things up on a boring farm, whoring. Okay, so don't judge people. They want to do a bit of whoring while they're on the farm. And so therefore, if you want someone to go and live on that farm with you, you should be open to all sorts. And otherwise, just grow old and lonely on your farm, you know, with your 89-year-old mum for as long as she's here. But don't complain about it. It's you that has painted yourself into a box, and you're going to have to live with the consequences. So there we go. Sorted. Needed some home truths. Next trouble. My girlfriend won't make our relationship official because I am unemployed. She isn't prepared to introduce me to her parents until I have a job. I do want to work, but I don't have a lot of confidence. I would need to find an employer who is understanding of that. I have wanted to work for a long time, but I'm worried about being sacked or having to leave because I can't do the work. Is there any way I can get into employment or try to gain qualifications? I want to actually do something with my life. I'm so bored at home. I am 28 and my girlfriend is 26. We have been dating for 2 months. I love her and I want to be able to show her I'm ambitious. I'd like to be able to support her financially when she needs me. Twayna, what do you reckon about this?
2 months of dating and the parents have already been touted as a possible introduction. It's a bit early for me, I think. No need to rush, but also get a job. Do you know what I mean? You're 28. You need to be working. And what is this with I need to find an employer who'll understand that. Well, you don't have a lot of confidence. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I've wanted to work for a long time, but I'm worried about being sacked or having to leave because I can't do the work. Well, find a job that maybe you can do. Don't go and apply to be like a surgeon. So what skills have you got? Find the skills. Maybe you can go to college and get a few more skills. Do you know what I mean? But there's loads. I don't want to say there's loads of jobs out there. I don't know. I've not looked for a job. But I think there are quite a few jobs out there, and I'm pretty sure that you can find a job that you can start off at and that maybe work towards, maybe work your way up. There is work out there.
I agree, Twayna. And look, maybe it's just top of mind, you know, but has this person tried whoring? Because You'll never be out of work with a bit of that. And, I've heard it can be enjoyable. No, listen, this person sounds like someone who they're non-committal. They've obviously got some kind of issues in general, but it sounds like they're creeping towards agoraphobia, not wanting to go out the house. Some of the jobs that you're talking about, obviously the person's saying they haven't worked for a long time and worried about being sacked. Just get a job, mate. You can't get sacked until you got a job. You know what I mean? Like, it's self-defeating. But the idea that, because this person's got his own problems, but the idea that your girlfriend's not prepared to introduce you to her parents till you have a job. It's literally like, that's going to be your prize of getting your job. I've just started timping at the local agency, and here they are. It's the parents walking down, presumably, if you had a job, it might be something that you were passionate about, or, you could speak to her parents and explain what you were doing. If in that introductory meeting they said, oh, what do you do for work? I just pick something up so I can meet you guys.
I'm a whore, but at least we're meeting. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Catherine and David. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's not going to work out very long. I'm sure I'll get sacked. But no, I question why she would be delaying on that front. But yeah, absolutely get out and get a job, because it will be good for your self-esteem, your confidence. You'll be surprised what you're capable of. There are loads of good habits and behaviors that you'll get a part of when you start working. And also you can start to spiral while you're out of work. And it's not just about earning money. It's about what it does for your own, ability to organize your life and make choices and yourself, again, self-esteem. So go out there, get yourself down a temp agency if you don't want to commit to, what you want to do over the long haul. See if they can get you into anything. The nature of the work is unsteady. You might get sacked after a while. Who cares? Get another one. But in the meantime, you don't have to have your life all mapped out at 28, but you need to have some get up and go to at least be trying things. And so that's probably the root of all causes. But get out there, get something done, and I'm sure it'll work out. Anything else on that one, Twayna, or we sorted it?
No, he's sorted it.
Let's move on. Here we go.
I'm dating this amazing guy. The problem is he's my best friend's ex. She and I were soul sisters, spoke on the phone for hours, had sleepovers all the time. She was my rock. She started to date this guy, and 4 months after they broke up, we started to see each other. She was not impressed at all, and I don't blame her. She cut our friendship off straight away, and as much as I respect her decision, I'm finding it very hard to move on from hurting her. But I'm glad I've met such a great person. It's starting to come between me and my partner because I can't forgive myself. Also, I knew so much about their relationship. I'd love some advice on how to move on from this situation.
Yeah, this is a tough one. What I would say, I'll go back to the proverb about the dog with the bone looking into the water, the river, and the dog opens its mouth, goes looking for that other bone, and then drops the bone in its mouth because he thinks he can get two. Therefore, not appreciating what you do have in your grasp at the time and then losing everything. So whether or not you made the right decision in the first place, and we can get onto that in a second, your friend is not coming back to you now when you've basically shacked up with a ex-partner. And if you are letting that cause issues with your relationship, you're going to end up having destroyed your relationship with your best friend and not having a relationship with a guy you genuinely think was worth it. So it might have been regrettable about how it came about, but I would start paying a little bit more attention to him. Otherwise, you will end up with scorched earth, ashes on the ground, and nothing there. So you got to focus on what's important. But yeah, those are my initial thoughts. I'll come back with more. What do you reckon, Twayna?
I liked your proverb there at the beginning, Johnny. That was good. We'll keep them coming.
Yeah.
Keep them coming. As for this one, yeah, you sort of nailed it, really. You're in this relationship with this person now, so you need to focus on that. And maybe your friend will, down the line, this sounds like it just needs time, maybe for that relationship to heal or for you to feel less bad about it. It's not going to happen at the moment because it all still seems like this is all quite new. But like Johnny said, focus on your relationship that you're in with this guy because you've made the decision to go out with your best mate's ex. So fill your boots and it look like you're enjoying it. Otherwise, he'll dump you and find somebody else.
They say a bird in a hand is worth two in a bush. Oh,
you
sorry. Sorry, I just got myself all caught up with a bunch of proverbs here.
Never look a gift horse in the mouth.
I never
understood that one. I never understood that one, though.
Sounds like you're trying to have your cake and eat it. Never understood that one. What the fuck else are you trying to do with a cake? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, just look at it. Just look at the cake, don't eat it. What's the point of having a cake then?
Don't eat that. That's for ornamental purposes.
Yeah, you'll spoil yourself if you eat the cake.
I'd like to leave your birthday party, thank you, because you're weird. And I want to eat it. But yeah, you're right in the sense that you don't blame your friend for cutting off the friendship. I think she's completely justified in doing that. I mean, the fact that you said at the end, you kind of threw in as an almost aside. Also, I knew so much about their relationship. This is not like someone you were, kind of were unsure that you knew loads about them. You knew that they were together. And then, I think you've played a bit fast and loose. Now, I do also think that depending on your views of love, there are so many people out there that are desperately trying to find partners and stuff like that. And, love doesn't come for everyone. And so there are some cases where I think even if you do hurt people, I would back you if you take a punt. And if it costs you a friendship, maybe then you're just like, you know what? I'm biting a bullet. It is what it is. You're not saying that you can't deal with the consequences. You're dealing with the consequences. But she's not going to forgive you. And just make sure you don't fuck both things up.
Yeah, make it work. Otherwise, you've fucked up. You fucked up a really important friendship. You might as well get love out of it.
Exactly. Money talks, after all. Better late than never.
Johnny, close that page. Yeah, close that page now. Move on.
Let's move on. Oh, this is me. I want to leave my alcoholic boyfriend, but I can't because we've booked a holiday. I'm 40 and he is 45. We've been together for 5 years on and off. We have taken many breaks due to his bad relationship with alcohol. Our most recent split was after I caught him making out with one of the other guests at my best friend's wedding. But somehow he took me round, blaming it all on the drink. To be honest, I only got back with him because I'd booked a holiday for us on my credit card, and I know he won't repay me if I break up with him now. Twayna, what do you make of it?
Oh, why do people have such silly lives? Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, the fact that you managed to get talked around to go back into a relationship with somebody who you caught making out with somebody at your best pal's wedding is already a bit of an issue. I have here, that was a mistake. The first mistake. The second mistake was to book a holiday on your credit card. Maybe take somebody else. Is his name on the tickets or something? Probably is. But how much it costs? You can change a plane ticket name, can't you? Still can. Just take somebody else. Ask your best pal if she wants to come. Ask your mum. This guy, it's over, innit? You're not going to have a great holiday. You don't sound like you like him. You don't sound like you love him anymore. This sounds like a relationship of convenience. And the inconvenience bit is that you've paid for a holiday and that you're going to have to go and hang out with this person for 10 days or something in the hope that he'll pay you back. That doesn't sound like it'll be fun.
It doesn't sound fun, does it? And, I'm intrigued to know where the holiday is. Is it Haven Holidays? In the UK, give it up, let it go, not worth it. Is it the Seychelles? Thousands down, outlaid. And even if it is, like Twayna said, get the guy's name off the tickets. Do you know what I mean? And change it. And if not, put an active mail out for a new partner who has exactly the same name. Just do it. Just go out there and be like, yes, I'm open to dating someone, and I have a special surprise for a certain Chris Smith. If there is a person called Chris Smith who wants to date me and come to the Seychelles, then you know what I mean? Because that way you won't have to change the name. But you can't honestly justify this. I understand where the initial inkling is. No one wants to lose out money, but if you go on holiday together, you are going to be expected to be sleeping with each other. Do you know what I mean? Certainly sitting next to each other on the plane. What can you talk about? Oh, maybe when he cheated on you because he was pissed at your best mate's wedding. Do you remember that one? Yeah. Or what else are you going to talk about? And the next time he wants to get absolutely smashed on the booze. What it really is you just can't let it go. Maybe you feel like you're not going to, be able to find anyone else and you keep going back for more. But this relationship is not one that I would throw bad money after good, literally. And the best way of resolving it is, as Twayna said, change the name on the plane ticket, and then you might be able to actually enjoy the new holiday because he's not paying you back either way, and he's going to think that everything's good as gold. So
you have to stay with him until he's paid you back as well. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to go on holiday, then dump him, and then expect him to pay. So you have to stay with him. And then you might stay with him for a long time and you're like, oh, we need to go on another holiday. Do you know what I mean? This just is ongoing.
Exactly. And not only that, Twayna, are you essentially saying that you're willing to stay in a dysfunctional relationship for as long as it takes for an alcoholic to pay you back?
Do you know what? I wouldn't have booked the holiday. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have booked the holiday. It's the fact that she's gone and booked a holiday on her credit card after all the rest of it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I want to leave my alcoholic boyfriend, but I can't because we've booked a holiday. There's no we in it. You booked the holiday.
Yeah. I think that she is probably feeling like she has no other options, maybe no other mates to go with or whatnot, and is resigning herself to it. And you shouldn't. Get some, grow a backbone with this one. Trust your self-esteem and get rid. And you'll have a better time without him.
There's plenty more fish in the sea.
Oh, no, we've got proverbs out there, haven't we? We've got them coming out of our arse on this one. Right, here we go.
My wife is a female chauvinist pig. She is an educated professional woman and quite successful. In her words, she is to be a strong woman in a man's world. The reality is that she is emotionally detached, always angry, frigid, mostly frustrated, and often dysfunctional. Sounds like a catch. What pleasures her most is flirting with younger men, leering perversely over images of men in the media, and finding in every conversation an angle to deride or belittle men in general. Ironically, I put it to you that I am a man trapped in a marriage with a female chauvinist pig, making my life miserable day by day. How do I escape?
This one is very interesting. Because I do think such a thing can exist, if it will, like being a female chauvinist pig. Ultimately, and in whatever marginalised group, you will always have certain people within that group who sympathise with the oppressor. And in this case, there are definitely, absolutely chauvinist women out there who fully buy into ideas that, men are more important and more powerful or whatever else, and women should just pick it all up. This woman sounds like she's painted that as the world and she is some kind of, rebel rebelling against it, when in reality she seems like she's completely acting up to her role. The thing that gets me about this as well is the way that she's, almost predatory, leering over men and, and belittling them in ways that, if that was a man doing that about a lady, people would be like, really kind of predatory kind of traits. But she seems to have this in some ways, like if she could get these younger men to be interested in her or whatever, it would add more feathers to her cap, in terms of her ability to navigate the patriarchal world she finds herself in, going all James Brown on her. So it's a man's world. To be honest, it's just a bit of a weird situation and not the most commonplace. But I have a lot of sympathy with the guy and the husband in this situation. It sounds like you need to get your wife to try and update her views, or otherwise she might be going back out there into this man's world trying to find a different character, because it sounds like both people are not quite happy, and that needs to be rectified. What do you reckon, Twayna?
I don't know, I'm thinking back to that guy who wanted somebody to go and live with him on this farm. I think this would be perfect. She might be, I reckon she's clean and honest, but she's also emotionally detached, always angry, frigid, and mostly frustrated and often dysfunctional. I think she's perfect for that guy. I think
she does sound like a whore, though, doesn't she?
I don't know. How many frigid whores do you know?
Leering perversely over images of men. Oh, I don't know.
Mostly frustrated, often dysfunctional. It's not whore enough. I don't know. How do I escape? Listen, if you're not happy in this relationship, and it sounds like it's a bit, I don't know. Maybe she's not happy in her professional life. But have a chat with her before you escape and leave, because it sounds like this is not a happy situation for either of them, really. She doesn't sound like she's having a great time, which is why she sounds like she's acting up and being a bit of a pervert.
It does. It sounds like she is playing out an ideal of what she believes the world to be, and she has an idea of what men are. But she's so blinkered by that, she doesn't even realise the husband that is in the relationship with her, under the same roof as her, is not like the idea of men that she has. And she might be so messed up by this, she's actually pining for one of those men that she actually, thinks men are like, some kind of hunter-gatherer, someone who is just gruff and obnoxious almost. But in reality, this guy's reaching out, trying to extend olive branches, and she's just knocking them away. She can't see it for the wood from the trees. But if she can't, then this marriage sounds like it's absolutely doomed, to be fair. The only other way that this guy can do it is maybe he needs to start playing the ideal that she's there. Do you know what I mean? Maybe he does need to go out to work and then come back and bang his hand on the table and go, "Where's dinner?" Do you know what I mean? She's like, "Well, I don't know. I'm working in my quite successful career. I'm a man." Play some James Brown, see if she reacts. But otherwise, she better change her behaviour, or this sounds like it's dead in the water. So that's it, Twayna. I think we've nailed that again.
Perfect.
Another episode down. They never thank us. But if you're listening to this and enjoying what you're doing, then do let us know. Leave us a review, please. Leave us a review. Rate us. We've seen our clips on YouTube, the little shorts. They do quite well. Lots of people getting involved. So do get involved. Subscribe on everything that you see this, because your support is the only way that we're going to be able to keep doing it and helping to heal the world, one of your troubles at a time. Also, on the offshoot, if anyone does have a trouble that they want sorted out, do write into us. You can get us on our socials at Johnny Cochrane and at Twayna Mayne. Tell us your trouble. Anonymity is possible if you
for a small fee.
Yeah, for a small fee. Yeah.
75p will get you. Will be anonymous. It's not a lot.
And your monthly subscription to the anonymity plan. But apart from that, we'd love to hear from you. So that's it. We'll be back next Tuesday at 9 with more of your troubles being solved. And apart from that, all that's left for me to say is a trouble shared is a trouble halved. See you next time. Bye-bye.